What's up, everybody? This is Ketchup here, and as you might expect from the audio and the room, this current setup, this is a video that I've actually not done on the channel before, but it is for a very good reason. Myself and Mustard have been very fortunate enough to have been provided an Xbox Series X ahead of its launch for content purposes, and today we are able to show the unboxing process, what the actual box itself contains with the console, the controller, and the kind of extra stuff that is included with it. This video is to kind of break that down and show you what's inside. I want to give a massive thank you to Xbox UK and Microsoft for providing this for us. We are incredibly excited for the kind of new wave of fighting games and the next-gen experience that we're going to be able to get through the Xbox Series X and the content that can come from it and the creation that we can do and all that good stuff. So I think it's about time we check this one out. Excuse me. That's what I'm talking about. So I've tactically moved the camera, so you should hopefully be able to see this a little bit more. Inside the box itself, we open up, and here we go. Power your dreams. This is the console, nicely wrapped up. I'm kind of getting blocked off by my box here. Oh god. I am not confident enough to do these unboxing videos. God, I'm so bad. Straight face Ryan, back to normality. So upon opening the box, what we get is the console itself. Power your dreams. This is the console. This is what it's all about. I'm going to take it out of the box and get a bit of a closer look at it. So on top of the box actually being opened in this way, there is a little compartment here, which has all the extra stuff that you need. So inside this, there is the power plug, which is really, really good, and a HDMI. This is kind of, you know, the basic stuff that you need with a console. But I gotta say, I'm a really big fan of the small power plug. You know, a lot of people kind of remember, you know, myself owning consoles, the large plugs that can be a little bit cumbersome. This small one is always a 10 out of 10. And also, you know, running tournaments and any kind of games at events and locals, a small power plug just makes setup a lot easier. So big brownie points for the small plug. But also, as I'm going to take it out of its bag here, I'll try and be as careful as I can, the controller. This obviously comes with a pad. And I have historically actually been a big fan of the Xbox controllers. I've been a big fan of their D-pads. Now I do know that this pad itself is a little bit more along the line of their Elite model. You know, that D-pad there is very different to the kind of conventional Xbox One pad, you know, from the generation prior. But it still has got that Xbox effect. You know, this is absolutely what we know as an Xbox pad. So if you are familiar with Xbox controllers, you're pretty much going to feel right at home with this one. And I gotta say, I'm interested to actually try fighting games out with this because I do hear really good things about Xbox D-pads afterwards. And the Xbox One still actually remains to be my favorite pad for fighting games. You know, ever since Mortal Kombat X, Killer Instinct, it's a pad that I enjoy very, very much indeed. It is wireless though, so it comes with batteries. Thank you very much for that. But as a wireless pad, you know, you're going to need to have batteries or any kind of charging method you can get your hands on. And it comes with batteries, which you would expect. And here we are. This is no doubt the absolute meat and potatoes of the video, the actual console. So we're going to take this out. We're going to have a look. I actually haven't seen this before in person. I have specifically been keeping this wrapped up until the time is right to actually do a video where I get to look at it and take a look at it for the first time. I'd seen the pad before, but not the system. I mean, the first thing I'm going to say before I even take this out of its casing is that it's quite lightweight, you know, compared to some other larger systems that we kind of remember from all kinds of consoles. This one's quite small, and from my point of view, I actually find this to be quite a convenience because as long as it's powerful and it can run the games really well, I'm always a big fan of these smaller systems because when you go to events and you run locals like Mustard and I do for fighting games, a smaller system just makes your life a lot easier when it comes to like getting the setups and having room for players to sit down and play. So big 10 out of 10 for the actual size itself. But let's open it. I mean, there really isn't much else left to do. We're going to give this a bit of a unwrap. I've never done an unboxing video before. I don't know how do these normally work. You open the thing, you take it out, and you have a good look, you know. But we're gonna undo the wrapping. You get to see my 10 out of 10 unwrapping skills. This probably won't make the video because, you know, I don't want to humiliate myself with how bad I'm gonna rip it. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. See, Amy's keeping me company while I'm doing this, and she's laughing at me and my struggle and how hilariously awkward I am trying to open a bag. Right. the final little bit of tape, and my my headset, get out of the way. This does not come included with the actual console, by the way. This is a headset. Right. Okay, and here we are, the Xbox Series X. It is the disc version. Bit of a zoom in so you can see that. I do apologise for the reflections. Obviously it's a black console and I have got quite a bright light. You can already start to see my fingerprints. Sorry if that tilts any of you. But I mean, this is just the outside case, right? Let me just have a bit of a rotate so we can see. And the access to the actual plug ends on this side. You know, you've got your USBs, you've got your Ethernet, very important for fighting games. That Ethernet cable. The HDMI. And then the power plug. So it's all kind of tidy at the back, as you would expect. And I mean, ultimately, this is what the console looks like. You know, it has got that really nice little sort of green effect at the top, which I like very much, I will admit. I'm a big sucker for my visuals. But this is the system with already my hand marks on it. I think I just made it worse. Great. Well, either way, look, this is it. So a couple of extra details before we finish things up here. The controller itself does have a USB-C connection. I know some of you might have already known that, but in case you didn't, you will kind of need a different style of cable to connect this. You can't just use a micro USB like you can with the other, previous systems. You are going to need a new cable for this. Thankfully, I've got a bunch because, I use it to charge my phone and everything else, so you should be fine. But absolutely keep that in mind when it comes to connecting your pad to the actual system. Important to note that you do have a USB cable at the front, so if you do want to connect the pad to it, you haven't got to go all the way back, which can sometimes be a bit of a pain, but, thankfully having something at the front is always a nice little touch. And I've got to mention, I have not actually ran this console yet. Sorry about the fingerprints, I'll just cover it with my hand so you can't see it. This unboxing, I really kind of wanted to keep as much of a first impression as possible, but just want to get that out there, just so that we're all completely clear on the situation. But that is everything that is included in the box, so that's where this video comes to an end. I want to extend a massive thank you to Xbox UK and Microsoft for hooking me up with one of these, and Mustard as well, of course. The two of us did receive a console each, and we're very excited to start working with the new generation of fighting games and beyond. So definitely stay tuned for more content to come. I'm very excited to jump into what games are included in this, and that pretty much is all we have time for. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and let me know if you're interested in more unboxings in the future or not. Please let me know that as well. So stay safe, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Take care now.